Thermal energy is one form of energy that I think everyone is well aware of, because we have to heat or cool our houses and buildings. And the current state of thermal energy utilization is not very well developed, especially in buildings and houses. For example, the solar energy that comes from the sun is collected but mostly used to generate electricity. But that efficiency is about 20%. So the rest, the 80%, is wasted as heat. So we would need to use or collect that heat and store that in the thermal energy storage system. The electricity that's generated by photovoltaic cells need to be stored in batteries, electrical energy storage system, to be utilized after the sun sets, say in the evenings or on cloudy days. So the Energy Institute is working both on the electrical energy storage system and the thermal energy storage system. Our research on thermal energy storage would be quite applicable to large urban settings like New York City, because the space in New York is very limited, especially in Manhattan. There are many tall buildings with very limited space for extra energy storage facilities. If we use hot water, then we need a large amount of hot water to store this energy, the heat. But if we use other medium, such as the type of materials that we're using, it's called nano-emulsion of phase change materials, then we can reduce that volume by maybe a factor of 2 or 3. These materials melt at 150 degrees C. We can choose a temperature that it melts at. So we could choose, for example, beeswax, wax that bees make. That melts at about 60 degrees centigrade or 130 degrees Fahrenheit. We basically mix that with water to make it into emulsion, oil water emulsion. And when this mixture is warmed to that temperature of, let's say, 150 degrees, then the wax melts, absorbs heat, and then melts. And that's the way we would store this heat. But when we need the heat, we would then cool this mixture and extract heat. And during that process, the wax solidifies. These small particles of wax will solidify, releasing what we call latent heat. And this is called a phase change process, because the molten particle changes phase to a solid phase. If we need, for example, air conditioning applications, then we can use a wax that melts at less than 10 degrees centigrade or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That way we can chill this mixture during the night when the electricity is cheap, and store this cold heat and utilize that during the hot summer days and cut down on the use of electricity during the day. So the wax, the phase change material has different temperature ranges for melting and freezing. So by selecting the right temperature material, we can use it for both cooling and heating applications. So if we can reduce the size of these thermal energy storage systems by using nano-emulsions of phase change materials, then we will be able to utilize more of this in many buildings compared to water. So this is the way we would envision many buildings in the future will equip themselves with the thermal energy storage systems that are very compact, but yet can provide large amount of heat for cooling or heating applications.